Taylor Swift breaks down to tears after Travis Kelce's surprise engagement claim. The rumors had been swirling for weeks. Would Travis Kelce pop the question to Taylor Swift? Their romance had captured the world's attention, with paparazzi documenting every moment of their fairy-tale love story. From NFL stadiums to glamorous red carpet events, the couple seemed inseparable. Fans dubbed them Tavis, a union of strength, talent, and love. But no one could have anticipated the emotional rollercoaster that was about to unfold. It all started during an unexpected press conference held after Travis's latest game. The Kansas City Chiefs had secured a thrilling victory, and reporters were eager for his thoughts. However, Travis veered off topic, his voice uncharacteristically shaky. "I've got something to share that's been on my mind for a while," he began, locking eyes with the cameras. "Taylor and we've been talking about our future. I know how much this means to her fans, so here it is. I've made up my mind." The room fell silent. Then, with a grin that seemed almost too confident, he announced, "I'm ready to take the next step. I'm proposing, soon." The announcement was met with gasps and murmurs. A soon proposal? The ambiguity sparked immediate speculation. Was this a genuine declaration of love or a spur-of-the-moment claim fueled by adrenaline? Social media exploded. Travis Kelce just casually dropped an engagement bomb. One tweet read. Taylor, who was watching the press conference from her New York apartment, was blindsided. She had no idea Travis was planning to make such a public declaration, let alone without consulting her first. Their relationship, while passionate, had been deeply private in moments that mattered most. By the time Travis returned to Kansas City, Taylor was waiting for him. "What was that, Travis?" she asked, her voice trembling. "You just told the entire world you're proposing. Do you even know what that means for me, for us?" Travis, initially confident, quickly realized he had miscalculated. "I thought you'd be happy," he said softly. "I wanted to show everyone how serious I am about you." Taylor's eyes filled with tears. "This isn't about a grand gesture for the world, Travis. This is about us, in private, deciding what we want together. You turned something sacred into a spectacle." As the couple sat together in tense silence, Taylor's emotions spilled over. "I've been here before," she said, referencing her tumultuous history in the public eye. "Every part of my life gets dissected. I thought we were building something different." Realizing the weight of his actions, Travis wrapped her in a hug. "I'm sorry, Tay. I didn't mean to hurt you. I just wanted to celebrate us in my own way." Though Taylor appreciated his sentiment, the fallout from the public declaration was unavoidable. Fans were divided, with some praising Travis's boldness and others accusing him of putting Taylor in an impossible position. In the days that followed, the couple released a joint statement. "We love and respect each other deeply. While we both see a future together, we're committed to keeping our private moments private and navigating this journey as a team. Love isn't about grand gestures, it's about trust, communication, and mutual respect." The statement calmed the frenzy, but behind closed doors, Taylor and Travis worked to rebuild their trust. The experience became a turning point in their relationship, a reminder that even in a world obsessed with spectacle, the quiet moments mattered most. Months later, when Travis did propose, it was in the middle of a snowy forest, with no cameras in sight. And this time, Taylor said yes, tears streaming down her face, not from shock, but from pure, unfiltered joy. Title: Taylor Swift breaks down to tears after Travis Kelce's surprise engagement claim. It was a calm Sunday afternoon, and Taylor Swift was preparing for her next tour stop. She had been balancing her busy schedule, her music, and her blossoming relationship with NFL star Travis Kelce. Their connection had been in the headlines for weeks, sparking rumors and whispers, but both seemed to be content, enjoying the quiet moments away from the cameras. That day, however, things took an unexpected turn. Travis, known for his larger-than-life persona, had been planning a surprise for Taylor, something that would take their relationship to a new level. He had been carefully orchestrating his move behind the scenes, but little did Taylor know, it would not only surprise her but also shake her emotionally in a way she hadn't anticipated. The two had spent the evening at Travis's house, relaxing after a long week of work. As they sat on the couch, Travis casually began talking about their future, speaking in vague terms about how much he cherished their time together and how their bond felt different than anything he had experienced before. Then, without warning, Travis dropped the bombshell. He turned to Taylor, his eyes serious, yet soft. "I think about us all the time, Tay," Travis said, his voice barely above a whisper. "And I think I'm ready for the next step." Taylor looked at him, puzzled, wondering where this conversation was headed. "Wait, what are you saying?" she asked, her voice cracking ever so slightly. Travis smiled, his signature grin spreading across his face. "I'm ready for us to take the leap. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I think I'm ready to make it official." At first, Taylor thought it was just another one of his playful remarks. But then, Travis got down on one knee, a small box appearing from his pocket. "Taylor Swift," he said, his eyes locking with hers, "I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me?" The world seemed to stand still as Taylor's breath caught in her throat. The man she had been falling for, the man who had captured her heart, was asking her to take the ultimate leap of faith. But her mind was spinning. Was this real? Was she ready for this? Tears welled up in her eyes as she stared at Travis, her heart beating faster than ever before. She didn't know whether to laugh, cry, or simply stand there frozen in shock. I don't know what to say," she managed to choke out, her voice trembling with a mix of joy, confusion, and fear. Travis's expression softened as he stood up, reaching for her hand. "Tay, I know this might be sudden, but you've changed my life in ways I never imagined. I want to be with you, now and forever. No pressure, but I had to ask." Taylor's tears began to fall freely, not out of happiness alone, but because of the overwhelming wave of emotions that crashed over her. She wasn't expecting this. She loved Travis, yes, but the thought of being publicly engaged, of navigating the intense scrutiny that came with such a big step, terrified her. As Travis gently wiped away a tear from her cheek, Taylor finally spoke, her voice barely a whisper. "I need time, I need to think. I'm just not sure I'm ready for this." Travis nodded understandingly, pulling her into a tight hug. "Take all the time you need, Taylor. I'm not going anywhere. I just needed you to know how I feel." As they stood there in the quiet of the night, Taylor allowed herself a moment to process everything. She had always been in control of her own story, but now, with this surprise engagement claim, she realized how much her love life was slipping out of her hands. In the days that followed, the press had a field day with the rumors swirling around the engagement. Taylor's tear-filled confession became a topic of heated speculation. Was she overwhelmed? Was she ready for this kind of commitment? Was it too soon? But one thing was clear. Taylor's journey with Travis was far from ordinary, and their future, whatever it held, would be anything but predictable. And while the world watched, Taylor realized that sometimes, the most unexpected moments could bring out the deepest, rawest parts of her. Parts she didn't always know how to handle, but knew she would have to face head-on. Title: Taylor Swift breaks down to tears after Travis Kelce's surprise engagement claim. It was a chilly Friday evening in New York City, and Taylor Swift was preparing for the final leg of her Eras tour. The city was alive with energy, a buzz of anticipation in the air, but for Taylor, there was a different kind of tension. Despite the flashing cameras and the throngs of fans, she had been feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, one that had nothing to do with her tour. Her relationship with Travis Kelce had become the talk of the town, and as much as she tried to block out the noise, it seemed impossible. As the couple's romance had blossomed, Taylor had found herself increasingly caught in a whirlwind of public expectations. From red carpet events to paparazzi stalkings, every move she made with Travis had been analyzed, dissected, and discussed. While she genuinely enjoyed his company and the joy they shared, there was a weight that came with it. Tonight, Taylor was scheduled for an exclusive interview on a late-night talk show, a standard media stop before hitting the road again. Travis had been with her for the rehearsal earlier, offering words of support. But as she stood backstage, ready to step into the spotlight, something unexpected happened. A sudden tap on her shoulder. She turned to find her publicist, face pale and eyes wide. "Taylor, you need to hear this," the publicist said, handing her a phone. It was a live clip from a popular sports talk show, and Travis was the guest. "Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about my future lately," Travis said with a grin, leaning into the microphone. "And you know, I might be ready to take the plunge. I'm talking about a big, bold move, a commitment, and I think Taylor might just be the one I want to do that with. Maybe a proposal is on the horizon." The audience went wild, but Taylor stood frozen, her heart hammering in her chest. Was he serious? Could he be serious? Travis had been playful in the past, joking about their relationship, but this was different. He had just publicly dropped the bombshell about a possible engagement. Her hands trembled as she stared at the phone screen. Thoughts raced through her mind. Is this how he truly feels? Why didn't he talk to me about this first? What does it mean for us? Before she could process it further, her publicist ushered her onto the stage. The studio lights burned as she made her way to the host's chair, her usual confidence waning. The applause was deafening, but inside, Taylor felt like she was crumbling. The host, an amiable man known for his humor and charm, greeted her warmly. But his eyes twinkled with curiosity as he opened the conversation with the one question she had been dreading. "So, Taylor," he began, flashing a smile, "it seems like your boyfriend, Travis Kelce, has some big plans for you. What do you think about this surprise engagement claim he just made on live TV?" Taylor swallowed hard, feeling the weight of the room's gaze upon her. Her hands fidgeted with the edge of her sleeve, and she struggled to find her voice. She forced out a smile, trying to keep the situation light. "Well, Travis. He's always joking around, you know," she said, but even she could tell it sounded forced. Her heart wasn't in it. The host chuckled, clearly skeptical. "Oh, so you don't think there's any truth to what he said?" Taylor took a deep breath, trying to steady her nerves. "I mean, it's complicated. We're still figuring things out, like anyone would in a relationship." The words felt like they were coming from someone else, and she could see the audience's reaction shift. There was a quiet tension now, a mixture of curiosity and speculation. Was this the end of Taylor and Travis before it had even really begun? The questions swirled in her mind, too fast for her to catch them. Backstage, the tears came. Taylor couldn't hold them back any longer. She excused herself from the stage, retreating to her dressing room, where the sobs came freely. The weight of it all, the media pressure, the public expectations, and now this, Travis's surprise public claim about their future. It was all too much. She sat in front of the mirror, staring at her reflection, her makeup streaked from the tears. Was this really how I wanted my life to be? She wondered. Why couldn't I just be with someone without the world watching?